The windshield blurs a neon trail, wipers dragging like a fragile tail. Midnight hums through empty streets where memory and heartbeats meet. Your song came on track 23, the one you swore was made for me. The chords still sting, the chorus knows what every quiet goodbye shows. The rain taps soft against the glass, like fingers tracing love that passed. I turned the dial, but couldn't flee. Your voice still sang inside of me. Rain on the radio, your voice in the mist, fading like every chance we missed. The static cries between each line, but you still echo down the spine. I drive through ghosts with every beat, your melody on repeat. We used to ride with windows low, hands outstretched to winds that blow. You'd steal the words before they'd land and sing them better hand in hand. But time has teeth and space runs cold, and some young dreams just don't grow old. We cracked like vinyl in the sun, still spinning, but the war was won. Rain on the radio, no shelter inside, just a heart and wheels and roads we hide. I scream the lyrics just to cope, but every line's a fraying rope. You haunt the verses, fill the air, even though you know we're there. I tried to write you out of tune, but ink runs thin beneath the moon. And though I've kissed 1,000 skies, none ever sang your lullabies. I saw your name in passing lights, on signs that blurred in endless nights. I wondered if you'd hear this too, in some parked car, missing you. Rain on the radio, soft and slow, pulling back too long ago, when love was loud and truth was bare, before the silence filled the air, before the distance tore our thread and left a song we never said. Now every drop's a beat I feel, each thunder roll a spinning wheel. You were the verse I never wrote, the final breath behind each note. I pulled aside on Highway 5, let the storm remind me I'm alive. Turn the volume till it bled, turns the page. You're just a voice now in the storm, but damn, it still feels just as warm. And though you're gone, I drive you near. In every song I still can hear. Rain on the radio, won't let go. Rain on the radio, and I still know you're the sound that won't turn I found your note beneath the strings, where silence hums and sorrow clings. Three folded words torn at the edge, like promises we failed to pledge. The room still echoes things unsaid, your lipstick ghost on sheets of red. I strum to chase the ache away, but every chord still wants to stay. The amp hums low, the lights are dim. Each fret remembers songs grown thin. I try to write the pain to sleep, but melodies just make it weak. Yesterday's chords still bleed, still burn, through every bend, through every turn. You're gone, but love don't just recede. It stays in strings that never heed. Each note I play, each line I feed, reminds me yesterday's chords still bleed. You used to sit behind the mic, laughing soft through every strike. We built a world with worn out keys, and now it haunts my memories. I curse your name in minor scales, but still you float through sonic trails. No echo ever truly dies, it just hides deep behind the lies. I've changed the tunings, changed the songs, but even new still plays you wrong. You're carved in more than just refrain. You're inked inside my open vein. Yesterday's chords still bleed, still cry in every stage light passing by. I sound, but truth is louder underground. And in the dark between each show, you're there in chords that never go. I hear you when the cymbals fade, when silence tastes like lemonade, when fans go home and curtains fall. It's you I hear most of all. We wrote the chorus in a lie, pretending love would never die. But ink dries fast and paper tears, and all that's left is what still stands. Yesterday's chords still bleed, still bloom, like flowers wilting in a room. You were the spark, the sweet stampede that tore my chest and made it need. Your every scream I still don't lead, and every song I'll never cede. So let the amp distort the grief, let riffs ripple and breaks be brief. But know this truth you left in me: some songs don't end, they just agree. They carry ghosts in every bar and leave their wounds inside guitar. And I'll keep playing raw and free till chords forget what used to be. But till that day I'll burn and plead, because yesterday's chords still bleed. We've run out of words, but not out of time. The clock's still ticking on this rhyme. Your eyes are quiet, but they speak clear of every reason we're still here. The vinyl's spinning its final side, the fire's down to a faint soft light. I feel your breath beneath the hush, like waves retreating from a rush. You pour the wine, I tune the strings. Our silence drowns in smaller things, but both of us know it's drawing near. The end of this, the truth we fear. One last song before sunrise, one last chord to cry before the light breaks through the light. We've danced through midnight's final verse, now love must leave unrehearsed. So let me sing what we can't say before the dawn takes you away. We tried to patch the years with sound, but some goodbyes still echo loud. The notes we bent, the words we missed, still haunt the places where we kissed. You sit in shadows wrapped in grace, with morning knocking on your face. And I, a ghost in denim seams, still chasing chords inside lost dreams. The candle flickers like it knows that nothing perfect ever grows. But maybe songs outlive the flame and hold the pieces love can't name. One last song before sunrise, before we close the show, before the backstage winds must blow. I'll strum the truth through broken strings and let it fly with shattered wings. No curtain call, no second scene, just music where your touch has been. You lean on me as if to stay, but stars fade fast and so do days. And I can't hold what slips through light, but I can play you through the night. So take this bridge, this fragile line. My voice is rough, but the song is mine. No need to speak, just hum along. You've always known your place in song. Let this be the final flame, the spark that doesn't need a name. We made our peace, we sang our truth in every bruise, in every youth. One last song before sunrise, one last breath of fire before the light rewrites desire. No need for promises or pleas, just you and me in minor keys. So let the sky come tear us wide, we'll still exist where echoes hide. The daylight comes, it's almost near, but music's all we have to steer. So take my hand and close your eyes, we'll end it where forever lies. One last song before sunrise, that's all we ever were. A fleeting chord, a whispered blur, but in this song we'll never part. You'll always play inside my heart. We rode beneath the faded sky where dreams go dim but don't quite die. The highway hummed like a distant prayer, and your shadow danced in the evening air. You drew hearts on the window pane, I traced them back with hands that strained. The world outside was wired and wide, but all I saw was you inside. The neon bled through desert heat, your boots were tired, your your heart off beat. You laughed like love was just a game, but I could never play the same. Power lines and love signs stretched so far apart. You blinked once and stole my heart. The signals crossed, the maps were torn, but in your chaos I was reborn. We drove through dusk with no clear end, two broken lines that wouldn't bend. Your voice would rise when the static hit. You sang through storms and never quit. You kissed like every kiss could break, and held like time was ours to take. We stopped at times with no real name, lit matches just to watch the flame. I read your notes in motel dust. You swore the road was made for trust, but trust runs dry when gas runs low, and love don't grow where power won't flow. You chased the sky, I chased your eyes. We blurred beneath those power lines. Power lines and love signs, sparks we couldn't catch, like fireworks in a matchbox latch. We tried to hold the wind in fists, but some goodbyes come sealed in twists. I spoke in chords, you talked in flame, and both of us forgot our name. We carved our names on desert stone, then left them there to die alone. You drove west, I headed north, still hearing echoes of your warmth. Now every wire above my head whispers words we never said, and every sign that lights my way feels like a line you meant to say. I've walked through cities cold and loud, but never found a face in the crowd that held the storm the way you did, a tempest wearing leather skin. Power lines and love signs burning through my chest. You're still the road I love the best. Though distance tore our story wide, you're still the verse I cannot hide. And if this song finds you tonight, know you were every wrong made right. So here I stand with 6-string scars, singing to electric stars. The power hums, the silence bends, and still your voice begins and ends. Power lines and love signs, forever in the air, a signal lost but always there. I'll keep on singing through the storm, still wired to the way you warm. So if you feel a sudden spark, that's me still playing in the dark. the shoreline kissed the sound, where sunsets spill on carnival grounds. You wore July like a second skin, and I fell hard too far too thin. Your laughter rang like ocean spray, your eyes held secrets tucked away. We talked in sparks and silent sways, burning slow through golden haze. The boardwalk sang beneath our feet, each step a beat, each glance a heat. But we were written in borrowed light, meant for dusk, not for the night. Silhouettes of a summer farewell, where our shadows knew what lips won't tell. Framed in fire, wrapped in breeze, a love too wild to ever freeze. We burned too bright, we kissed too deep, and left behind what we couldn't keep. You said your world was moving fast, and not all summers are built to last. I nodded slow, pretending fine, but every breath felt less like mine. Your touch began to echo thin like fading waves on aging skin. We danced while silence grew inside, each twirl a tear we chose to hide. The bonfires dimmed, the crowds grew thin, the stars came out, then reeled us in. And in that hush before goodbye, we watched the moon erase the sky. Silhouettes of a summer farewell, where the heat still lingers but stories fell. We held on tight, but time won't wait, and hearts don't stall at the garden gate. You walked away with barefoot grace, leaving salt and smoke in place. I stayed behind with the amber air, your name still written everywhere, in melting cones, in whispered tunes, in nights that cry beneath the moon. The fireworks cracked but couldn't mend the way we flickered to the end. No fight, no storm, just slow decay, like dreams that drift and float away. Silhouettes of a summer farewell, painted on hearts too soft to yell. We never lied, we just grew still, two seasons pulling opposite hills. I watched your shade fade into gold, a memory I'll never hold. Now every August takes your form in heat waves shaped like something worn, and every sun that starts to fall reminds me what I lost through it all. So if you ever pass this shore, know I still sing the days before, not to rewind, not to reclaim, but to remember without blame. Silhouettes of a summer farewell, where our story rose and softly fell. No curtain call, no sad refrain, just footprints left in love and rain. You were the light I never knew would only stay a week or two. Silhouettes of a summer farewell, still dancing in the waves I dwell. ever played in stereo. No high-end gloss, no perfect flow, just crackling breath and rusted sound. But that's where real love's always found. You weren't a symphony to tame, you came like thunder, wild, untamed. We didn't match in every beat, but hearts like ours don't chase repeat. We spun like vinyl left in heat, warped and fragile, incomplete. You kissed like static in the rain, a fuzzy joy, a burning strain. Loving you in low fidelity, no filters, no clean clarity, just a buzz between the lines, where all the broken still aligns. No perfect pitch, no studio fix, just tangled love in shattered mix. You never cared for songs too clean, said polished love was rarely seen. You danced off tempo, sang off key, but every note felt true to me. Your voice would shake but always soar. You turned mistakes to something more, and though we cracked in every verse, the flaws just made it feel rehearsed. I played you loud on busted amps, through sleepless nights and streetlight lamps. We fought in chords, then made up slow, our silence louder than a show. Loving you in low fidelity, where every scar became melody, where echoes carried what we meant, in crooked lines and love unbent. The hiss, the hum, the reel to reel were more than polished dreams could feel. We burned through reels we couldn't keep, and left the tape in tangled sleep. But every hiss, each soft decay, still plays you back in shades of gray. I hear your voice in vinyl skips, like whispered love on trembling lips. You're still the song that bleeds through noise, the truth beneath the filtered voice. I don't need the remastered sound, where every flaw gets scrubbed and drowned. I need the crash, the raw, the fall, the way we love despite it all. Loving you in low fidelity was messy, loud, and pure to me. We may not chart, we may not stay, but God, we lived in every play. A mixtape life, a worn out spin, but real where others never begin. So let them chase their crystal tones, their glossy dreams and auto homes. I'll take the buzz, the break, the bend, where nothing's fake and truth won't end. Loving you in low fidelity, it's not what lasts, it's what sets free. A fleeting song, a bleeding night that flickered once and burned just right. You walked away like the scene was done, leather boots in the setting sun. No final act, no words to choose, just silence sharp enough to bruise. The engine hummed your parting hymn, the rearview dim, the skyline grim. You wore cool like a second skin, but I knew the war you held within. Those aviators, dark and wide, reflected everything you tried to hide. But I saw a tremble in your jaw, a crack inside that quiet law. Tears behind aviators, glass too dark to cry, but I felt the flood you kept inside. You looked like steel, like roads unbent, but hearts don't break with just consent. You left like thunder with no rain, but love still leaked beneath the frame. You taught me how to play it cold, to bury truth in leather folds. But I was built with louder flaws, with bleeding lines and open jaws. We danced on edges sharp and fast, two matches flaring out too vast. But even flames in quiet ash remember heat, remember crash. Your glasses caught the sunset's fire, a mask, a wall, a funeral pyre. But I still saw the tear that slid, the one you thought the dark had hid. Tears behind aviators, falling into skies, like shattered stars behind your eyes. The rebel's heart, the fighter's grip, still kissed me like a sinking ship. You drove away like wind on chrome, but ghosts don't need a ride back home. I watched the road stretch out and bend, where love ran dry and couldn't mend. You didn't wave, but your hand did twitch, a goodbye stitched in every glitch. I never begged, I never chased, but every song since Where's Your Taste? Your laugh, your rage, your late night calls still echo through these backstage halls. I play the chords you used to hum, each note a scar, each beat gone numb. And though the crowd may never see that every line still bleeds of we. Tears behind aviators, the kind that burn unseen, where heartbreak hides behind the sheen. The stoic look, the calm veneer, but I still feel you trembling here. No tear-streaked cheeks, no last lament, just love that cracked the firmament. Now every lens I wear at night reflects a truth I couldn't fight. That strength ain't in the tears we shed, but those we carry left unsaid. So here's to you, wherever far, the girl who left behind a star. And though the night may paint you cool, you wept like fire, raw and cruel. Tears behind aviators, hidden from the sun, but I still see them, everyone. You wore goodbye like it was style, but your heart broke behind that smile. It was taken on a Tuesday, back when light could bend around our youth. You and enemy in black, both of us too proud to speak the truth. Your smile was half defiance, mine a mask I learned to wear. But where your hand brushed close to mine told a story we didn't dare. It sat on my shelf for years, fading at the edges like regret. Through storms, through smoke, through nights alone, it kept the fire I couldn't forget. I tried to box it, tried to lose it, but it always found its way back home. A little flame beneath my ribs, a silence louder than a poem. This is a ballad for a burning photograph of the love we lived and what we couldn't have. It curled like time beneath the flame, ashes singing out your name. No frame can hold what couldn't stay, so I watched you slowly burn away. We never worked on paper, too much truth between the lines. You were thunder in a vinyl sleeve, I was ink that never dried in time. We tore at seams with passion, we kissed like war, like heat, like sin. But love like that don't settle down, it either breaks or caves within. I found the photo in a drawer, beneath receipts and ghosted friends, and staring back was everything I lost pretending we could bend. So I lit a match for mercy and held you gently to the flame. You didn't scream, you didn't cry, just faded softly with my name. This is a ballad for a burning photograph, a requiem in smoke and aftermath. Each spark a moment we replayed, each ember something we betrayed. The corners curled like how we fell, one soft collapse, one last farewell. I won't forget your lightning laugh, or how your voice would shake the dark. You were the riot in my bones, the melody I missed the mark. And though you're gone in ash and dust, you sing in everything I trust. The fire didn't kill what's true, it only set the shape of you. So when I write these aching songs, your face still haunts the minor key. But it's not pain, it's something else, it's just what real love came to be. This is a ballad for a burning photograph, a story wrapped in smoke and aftermath. Some goodbyes burn but don't destroy, they just release what stole our joy. And in the ashes there I see not you and me, just who I had to be. The last of you rose in the air, a wisp of gold, a final glare. No frame remains, no glossy lie, just truth set free and reasons why. This is a ballad for a burning photograph. No need to cry, no need to laugh. We lived it raw, we played it loud, and now I sing beneath the cloud. The fire took the face I knew, but left the soul I lived. lived it through. We wrote it on a rainy day. No charts, no maps, just notes that stayed. A verse you hummed in shades of blue, a chord I strummed that sounded true. No studio, no perfect take, just your laughter in the notes we'd break. No need to rhyme, no need to win. The melody was born within. Through broken amps and out-of-tune nights, we found our way in the softer fights. You'd sing too soon, I'd play too slow, but somehow love would always flow. Our melody never faded, even when we lost our sound. Even when we stopped recording, it kept spinning underground. Through the silence, through the distance, through the things we never said, it was humming in the background like a song that won't be dead. You left in fall, I stayed in June. Different rhythms, same old tune. I kept the tapes you left behind, each warbled edge, each lyric blind. Years passed by like blurry shows, crowds that cheered but didn't know. I played the chords but skipped the line. They used to end with your design. But then one night beneath cold lights, I heard a voice cut through the fight. A girl out there in row 15 sang back the words we used to mean. Our melody never faded, though we played it far apart. Though the bridge began to tremble, it still lived inside my heart. And when the verses lost their color, when the hook forgot its way, I heard it in the quiet. The song we made still plays, still plays. You wrote me once a line no more. I still hear us behind closed doors. No signature, no grand return, but in those words I felt you burn. Now every show I leave one space, a quiet hum, your ghost in place. The crowd may scream, the lights may blind, but you're the echo in my mind. You are the song I couldn't mute, the raw, the wrong, the resolute. No matter where we end or bend, some tunes just never really end. Our melody never faded, no, it hid between the years, in the pause before the chorus, in the tremble of my tears. And though you're not here beside me, your harmony still stays like a shadow on the downbeat. In the spaces music prays. I've written thousands since we broke, but none can wear your smoke and choke. You were the tremor in the tune, the aching sun that left too soon. And when I go, when lights all dim, I'll hear your verse, both wild and grim. She danced through the feedback. She walked in like a power chord, unwritten raw, forever floored, eyes like midnight under stage lights, a rebel hymn in faded tights. No ticket stub, no name to call, just static spinning down the hall. The crowd was drunk, the mix was loud, but she stood silent in the crowd. The band played wrong, the amps went blind, but none of that disturbed her mind. She raised her arms, the world stood still, and every chord bent to her will. She danced through the feedback, fearless and free, like distortion was her destiny. Every shriek from broken strings was a verse in a reckoning. While the chaos tore the night apart, she moved like fire through my heart. I'd seen girls who dressed like war, but none who moved through broken floor. Like rhythm wasn't made to last, like every moment burned too fast. She didn't flinch when speakers died, she smiled as if the noise was pride. And when the mic began to moan, she made that feedback feel like home. Her boots hit beats that never came. She danced through pain, she danced through blame. She wasn't there to be adored, she was the pulse that broke the chord. She danced through the feedback, wild and real, a siren born from spinning steel. She didn't need the melody, she found her truth in circuitry. And while the band fought sound and stage, she lit the dark with quiet rage. I stopped mid-riff to catch her frame. She looked at me and spoke my name, but not aloud, just through the air, like music only we could share. Her fingers traced the bass line's fall, her soul in sync with every wall. She didn't ask, she didn't plead, she just became the sound we bleed. No spotlight followed where she went, no camera caught the message sent, but every player felt her pull, like silence bending something full. She danced through the feedback, breaking form, a song herself inside the storm. She turned the noise into a prayer, a hymn for those who disappeared. And in that house she stood so tall, like chaos meant to save us all. Just as quick, she slipped outside, the crowd resumed. The amps complied, but something stayed inside the chords. A haunted ache, a missing word. And now each time the feedback flares, I close my eyes, she dances there. A rebel ghost with boots that burn, a lesson none of us could learn. She danced through the feedback, heart exposed, and left no trace, just rhythm scorched in empty space. But every time the speakers cry, I feel her still dancing by.